Today is Monday, April 10th, 2023. Tomorrow is 11th, and on the 14th, that's a Friday, we have a company picnic day, and we are going to the Gwangju Holiday Inn Hotel for early buffet ceremony. We are going to have a free buffet there. Of course, my company pays for everything, and it will start at 6:20 and it will end around 8:30. And after that, we will call it a day and go each other's way and enjoy the rest of the Friday. So it will be a quite a fun day, and I am excited about that because it's a kind of a holiday for us. And it starts with a buffet, big buffet at the hotel, Holiday Inn Hotel. That's famous number one hotel chain in the world. They have a nice hotel in Gwangju City, my hometown. So I'm gonna go there and enjoy. But before I enjoy the buffet, I would like to know how my American friend is enjoying his life in Korea. He's a TC Pro guy. That's a digital copy pro, whatever it is, and he's good at here. TC Copy Pro. He's very good at correcting typos, grammatic errors, and also he's an expert on marketing strategy. So he teaches us how to come up with nice catchphrases, slogans, or the statements for your company. So he's the go-to guy. He's the hot button guy whenever you have a marketing strategy to be rolled out, or some kind of a brands or products and services that you are trying to introduce to your target markets. Most of the times we make an error because in English, because we are not a native speakers, or I am a pure 100% Korean guy, but I really enjoy English, and also I was trained in the U.S. Army as a Katusa soldier. That's a Korean soldiers assigned to the U.S. Army stationed in Korea. So that's why I really enjoy my English, and I always try to practice English any way I can. And also today I'm going to read TC Copy Pro's article about himself, how he enjoys his life in Korea, and what's his take on his future. And I want to know about him, and I want to know how he, uh, you know, tackles his life. And also, I would like to practice English by reading an English article like his. I have no desire on copyright infringement, but I would rather like his article to be featured prominently. And I have like a 90 plus audience, my subscribers on YouTube channel. So at least some of them will get to know him better. So it's multiple opportunities by reading on his part and on my part by reading this article for him. I have never met DC Pro guy, but I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's a nice gentleman, and he knows. I think his Korean is quite fluent. I thought he was married to a Korean woman, but the way he speaks, the way the photos in this article are shown, I think he's a single guy. Maybe he's divorced. I don't know. But at least he's enjoying, he's basking in his quiet life. And like John Jackson, my Facebook friend and also friend of several years, and who lives in North Carolina at the moment, but he is also a resident of Gwangju and the surrounding area, and also he used to live in Jeju Island. He has a home in Jeju, another home in Gwangju. That's Okwa Koksang to be exact, and he has his home base home in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. So I think a TC Pro guy is a nice guy like John Jackson. So let's find out how nice he is and how he is what they call making his life or eking out his daily life. Here we go. By the way, I've never read this article. I just saw several photos only, and I judged that this article is good for 30-minute reading. So here we go. TC Copy Pro update, April 9th, 2023. Demi Zek, copywriting musings, remote working, uncategorized. Musing, muse, think, brood. Demi Zek sounds like a name. From EFL teacher, that's English as a foreign language teacher, to English copywriter and proofreader, 2 years on. What's the verdict? So 2 years on. So he has been an English copywriter and proofreader for 2 years consecutively. What do they say about the best laid plans? From 15 hours of teaching to 40 plus hours per week? Did I make a huge mistake? A great place to work is about more than a decent salary. It's about the people. Streaks and routines help me feel like I've accomplished something every day. Really, my streaks don't just apply to hobbies, fitness, or self improvement. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When life gives you shit, get the hell out of there. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's bad. A few twists and turns in the road, but I am happy with where the journey has taken me. It's been a great 2 years. What do the next two hold? Let me stop here and get the water. This blog is being published on my 50th birthday. Also, he's a 50 years old. I am 54, coming up to 55 come July 10th. So I think he's 5 years, almost 5 years younger than me. It felt like the perfect occasion for an update on my English copywriting and proofreading journey. It's been just over 2 years since I left a 25 plus year teaching career to reinvent myself as an English copywriter and proofreader. The English copywriter and proofreader journey has not gone as expected, but it was never one I anticipated taking. Being removed from my job of teaching EFL at a university after 17 years was my catalyst for change. I wanted to embark on a career where my success depended on me. After years of teaching and correcting written English, becoming an English copywriter and proofreader seemed like my best option. What do they say about the best laid plans? At first, I planned to focus on the Korean market, but then life threw me the first of many curveballs. After several small gigs I found on freelancing sites, Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer, I secured 2 steady copywriting jobs. One started in May of 2021, and the other in July. I was working about 20 hours a week, building my site and learning as much as I could about my newly chosen career. My blog post about how I found success as an English copywriter and proofreader after a year has recently been getting a lot of views. A year ago, I wrote about how I've learned to succeed as a freelance copywriter in under a year. I remember I remember reading that article myself. But are things still peachy keen another year on? What? But are things still peachy keen another year on? Interesting. I don't know how I have to interpret this with a grammatic viewpoint. Peachy, that's pitch. That's an adjective of peach. So peachy. Keen, that's another adjective. Keen, another year on. I think embarking on another year on. Interestingly, that post has recently become my blog's third most popular one. From 15 hours of teaching to 40 plus hours per week, did I make a huge mistake? By December 2021, I'd been promoted to the marketing team lead in one of those positions. That meant I was working remotely 40 hours a week. I am happy to report I'm still enjoying that position, but I wasn't disappointed when the other copywriting job ended in April 2022. After working 3 to 4 days a week with 5 months of paid vacation at my previous job, 40 plus hours a week was quite a change. Wow, 5 months of paid vacation. Wow, man, university job is very good. I would envision a freelance career full of the freedom to set my own schedule and work when I felt like it. But this remote position has taught me, set my own schedule and work when I felt like it. But this remote position has taught me a lot about marketing and copywriting. Additionally, it's been a steady source of income. From my initial efforts trying to secure gigs, I realized that half the battle with freelancing is finding work. It takes a lot of effort to find gigs. You have to wade through the crap ones, apply for the good ones, and hope no one underbids you. I don't miss that. Looking for work as a freelance English copywriter and proofreader is no picnic. By the way, I have a picnic on Friday, so that's like a busman's holiday. I still plan on working towards more of a freelance role at some point, armed with what I've learned and continue to learn about my new career. In my current position, I am even more confident I'll succeed. Very good attitude. A great place to work is about more than a decent salary. It's about the people. As I've said before, I wouldn't enjoy my job nearly as much if I didn't work with such a great team of people. Our marketing team is composed of 9 individuals from varied backgrounds and locations. But my marketing director has assembled a stellar team of people who work well together. Stellar team. Though we are perpetually busy, and some days are chaotic, hectic, I never dread logging on to work in the morning. Work will always be work, but I enjoy my job. So here, logging on, not logging in. Dread logging on to work in the morning. Not only is my team fantastic, but the company I work for is also great. For example, employees are free to spend several months a year working from elsewhere. I've had meetings with fellow employees who've relocated to Thailand for a few months while continuing to fulfill their daily duties. Another chose to come to Korea. Really? And I got to meet my first coworker in person. That's great. We went out for a meal and a few drinks recently. Though we've chatted online and in video conferences several times, meeting in person was fantastic. Though I am not looking for side gigs, several Korean clients have contacted me via my site or social media to request my services. I've been able to squeeze in those jobs in the evenings and on weekends. This validates my belief there is a place for me in the Korean market. When I decide to focus my efforts on freelancing in the Korean market, I know I can succeed if I'm getting work without looking. I can only assume there will be more jobs available when I start seeking out Korean clients. Very good. Streaks and routines help me feel like I've accomplished something every day. If you've read many of my previous updates, you will know that I am creature of habit. Really? You are a creature of habit? And I enjoy streaks. I am happy to report that my streaks are all still intact. I continue to start each day with some light stretching and 100 push ups. Between sets and while stretching, I work on Korean. Duolingo 1650 plus day streak. Wow, that's more like 3, 4, 5, close to 5 years, man. That's 1650 plus day streak. Ear training, guitar interval training. I wonder what the ear training is, guitar interval training. I also find 15 minutes during the day to meditate and recharge. Very good. I also meditate, man. I've done the avatar course. I wonder if you did that too. We can be friends, man. I never I never would have thought I would be doing 100 push-ups a day as I turn 50, but there you have it. I'm still rowing pretty much daily and knocking off series after series on Netflix. Binge watching? I'm just joking. I am still rowing pretty much daily, rowing your boat, rowing your kayak or canoe. I'm still rowing pretty much daily and knocking off series after series on Netflix. I'm currently waiting for the final 6 episodes of The Walking Dead to make it to Korea. Okay, I liked what is it? The Squid Games. I I'm still waiting for my Squid Games to make it to Korea. 2. I'm also waiting for the final 10 episodes of Manifest as I work my way through suits. Okay, suits, not sweets, suits. I'm still playing the guitar almost daily. When COVID restrictions lifted, my cover band played its first gig in ages with our new drummer in January. We are currently working on some new songs for our next show. It still takes me longer to get new songs under my fingers than I would like. You have several trophies under your belt. Or what to say? You have several accolades under your belt. But I'm definitely a better musician than when I joined the band 40 plus years ago. Very good. I heard that musicians are smart. So I think you have very high IQ now. 4 years plus. I'm just joking. I'm sure my new birthday gift will help too. What is it? Even an English copywriter and proofreaders gotta take a break once in a while. Fox, that's your birthday gift? I think a birthday gift by yourself. That looks sweet. Yeah, if you have an extra amplifier to throw out the window, please contact me. I would like to have that so that, I don't know, I can use it when I have a meeting, when I have a picnic, company picnic, or a picnic at a farm or farm day. And of course, you would be invited. My tricks don't just apply to hobbies, fitness, or self improvement. I'm also approaching 2 years of posting about awkward English daily on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and recently Twitter. After a year of weekly blogging, I reduced that to monthly, mainly due to my increased work hours. I plan to maintain that schedule for the foreseeable future. My efforts have even got me a couple of mentions in a Korean paper. The first was for an Instagram post on drug bread, and another on city slogans, something I post about every Sunday. Yep, I recommend you come to Gwangju and have a gig at GFN, that's Gwangju Foreigners Network. There's English, mainly English radio programming, but recently they've increased the content in Vietnamese, Chinese, Cambodian, Thai uh, languages. But I'm sure you would be prominently featured and you will do a lot of great work for Korean people in general by teaching us the Konglish or with your funny take on the awkward English by Koreans. As much as I enjoy routines, it might be time for a change. Really? I need to update my morning routine. Okay. Though I want to keep stretching and studying Korean, it may be time to move on from ear training and guitar interval training. I need to find something I can do while holding stretches or between sets of push ups. I also think I will add some variety to my push up routine. I'm considering trying some elevated, archer, and sphinx push ups. Well, I'm doing Tai Chi and Qigong anti cancer walk. Maybe you can incorporate those aspects of Tai Chi into your daily mornings. I really recommend them. And also stretching. I do Tai Chi stretching. You can see how stretching is done. Mostly rotational movements of all of our joints, like neck, shoulder, elbows, wrists, pelvis bones, pelvic bones, pelvis, knee joints, ankles, and waist. Had many an adventure with this bike, but when it's time, it's time. Streaks are great, but they come to an end eventually. I recently sold my bike. Really? Before COVID, I cycled hundreds of kilometers a week, some years reaching 10,000 kilometers. That's fantastic. That's enormous. Are you Armstrong? What's his name? The cheater, Armstrong? But what I mean, the he was cheater, but he was the also a world championship in the Tour de France. But once my commute to work involved going from the bedroom to the living room. Yeah, homework, right? You are working online and you participate in the video conferences. My cycling activities come to an abrupt end. I hadn't ridden my bike in over 3 years, so it was time to move on from that routine. Part of the impetus for switching things up is due to another recent life change. With a new environment, it feels like it's time for some new routines. This new environment has also influenced my decision to sell my bike. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When I lost my teaching job, my life was full of uncertainty. I wasn't sure what I was going to do for work. I had, I had to scrape together a makeshift office in a corner of our living room. Oh, okay. Our living room. I think you live with a family, maybe Korean family, your wife and kids. I had no way of knowing for sure how things would turn out. One of the benefits of my university job ending was collecting my severance pay. With my severance, the steady income from my current job, and my wife's income, okay, we saved up for a larger housing deposit. So I think a Korean wife. We were able to afford a much larger deposit on the new house we moved into a week and a half ago. Very good. Congratulations. If I'd kept my old job, we wouldn't have saved up that deposit and we would have been stuck paying a much higher monthly rent. We are now paying a lower monthly rent in a nicer place, allowing us to save more money. And best of all, this looks like an office an English copywriter and proofreader can work in. Wow, you have a sit up machine, guitar, several guitars, I think, nice carpets on the floor, and chair on the hard plastic cover that protects the flooring. And you have a laptop, extra monitor that's 27 inches wide. You have LED lighting, lamp, and nice speaker systems, and maybe phones, headsets, and mic, maybe. I finally have my own office. I stole my son's bigger desk. So you have son. He's never home anyways and got he's never home anyways. Oh, so he's at a dormitory maybe? He's a high schooler? Man, I now I'm getting all the pieces about you, all the jigsaw puzzles fit into their pieces, I mean their positions. I upgraded to a much sturdier sliding keyboard tray. I'm still loving my Logitech Ergo keyboard and mouse. I may end up mounting monitor arms for my second monitor and laptop to really set up my office for comfort. And now that I have some room, I can take advantage of my reclining chair, living large. So you will have another monitor. So you have second monitor, third monitor maybe. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's bad. Though we were able to make the living room office work, living room office work, it was never ideal. I will no longer disturb my family during meetings in our new home. They won't be prevented from cooking or watching TV while I'm in meetings since I'll be on the third floor. Wow. Wow, you have three floors. See, loft, and that looks like a loft. Mezzanine. They won't be okay. So previously they were stressed out because of you, man. Because they because you didn't want to be prevented. I have had steps indoors. That's right. In our new place has three floors. That's right. Our new place has three floors, relatively uncommon for Korea. It's the first time I've had steps indoors in almost 30 years. We even have a rooftop area where we can unwind at the end of the day. It's fast becoming my favorite place for doing my afternoon meditation. I really envy you, man. The perfect place to unwind. The cold beer doesn't hurt. We are still getting settled in our new place, but overall, we are loving it. We are looking forward to being here for the next several years. Fingers crossed. We've almost found places for all our stuff, and the flurry of ordering bits and pieces for the new place is almost at an end. We should be all settled in within a week or so. Congratulations. Good for you. A few twists and turns in the road, but I'm happy with where the journey has taken me. 2 years ago, I embarked on a forced career change. Teaching unmotivated students was becoming draining, even with all the time off. But it was tough to leave a job that provided me with so much freedom, I agree, and I've always enjoyed teaching. Though I could have looked for another teaching job, I just felt it was time for a change. Though my wife supports me, she's great even though she never reads my blog. She was surprised by how quickly I found my fit. Within a few months of starting my journey in February of 2021, I had two regular gigs that were bringing in close to my previous salary. We both anticipated it would take me longer to get to that level. I've got no regrets about leaving teaching to become an English copywriter and proofreader. As I approach 2 years at the job that started off as a part time copywriting freelance gig that has morphed into a full time remote working position, I have no regrets. Not only have I found myself working with a great team, but I've also allayed one of my fears. After 3 day work weeks and time off every winter and summer, I always doubted if I would be able to return to a real 40-hour a week job per week job. Well, I've been doing that for over a year now, and I still enjoy it. Allayed your fears. It's been a great 2 years. What do the next two hold? We never know. 2 years ago, I never would have guessed. I don't know. I would say I would have never guessed, but you say I never would have guessed. That's a bit unusual expressions, I think. I would have never guessed I would be where I am. I have no idea what the future holds. Will I move into more of a freelance role? What about my current position? Will I be with the same company in 2 years? Or will I have be blindsided by something else and find myself in another place I never imagined? Or will I be blindsided by something else and find myself in another place I never imagined? Find myself what the what are the chances I will have made it to Australia to meet more of my coworkers? Also, you're working for an Australian company, maybe? I have no idea. But I know no matter what happens, I'll roll with the punches, adapt where necessary, and figure something out along the way. And for at least the next 2 to 3, 4 years, I'll be doing it from my cozy new home. Great. I'm curious to hear how you thought I would fare when you heard I was switching careers 2 years ago. Did you think I could cut it as an English copywriter and proofreader? Were you worried for me? Did you know I would kill it? Did you have your fingers crossed for me while secretly holding your breath? Were you sure I would be back to teaching within 6 months? Let me know in the comments. Okay, let's check out the comments then. I've never have my fingers crossed for you because I didn't know you at the time and I didn't expect you to succeed. Copywriting, proofreading in Korea, I think it is not a good career to make a lot of money. You can make some money, but not tons of money. So if I knew you at the time, I would have been quite worried about you. Share this, tweet, share for Facebook for, okay, including mine. Be the first to like this related how I've learned to succeed as a freelance copywriter in under a year. I've read that article. Tag the blog, blogger, copywriter, copywriting, marketing, 교정, blogger, blog, 원격 근무자, copywriter, copywriting, marketing, proofreading, working remotely, published by Demizek. 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 Krevata. You look like an Aussie to me, right? Are you an Aussie? Revat allows you to manage all of your online identities in one place on the web. Really? Avatar, I think. Create avatar, maybe? Languages, developer resources, automatic. Damn, my. So, from his article, I think he's a very smooth guy. The way he writes about his life is very smooth, suave, and he used just plain words such as allayed one of his fears, settling in, cold beer, rooftop, third floor, uh, what else? Fingers crossed. All those are cliches. So he has not used a lot of esoteric words, which is good. But I never would have guessed. That's more like a Australian way of speaking, I think. The Americans would have said, I would have never guessed. So that's interesting. From interesting from the perspective of Korean person. What else? What else? What else? Abrupt ending. Abrupt ending. What else? Abrupt. There are no English words that I cannot understand, but let me go back and see. Yep, that's it. Take care. Have a great day. Bye bye.